Hey friends, I'm going to give you a tour of my orchard, backyard orchard. I have over 30 trees. I believe I have a small backyard. I did high density planting, so I'm able to incorporate a lot of these trees. And they're all fruit trees, some citrus trees. And here, this is their second season. I purchased them last year around February. And this is the first year that I'm allowing some of them to fruit. There's quite a few, so I'm excited about them. It's time for pruning, so my next video is going to be about that. Some of them are getting a little bit carried away because I'm trying to keep them short and I guess, I don't know, easy for us to maintain, for us to reach. I don't want them to get too tall, and also I don't want them to be too crowded. So there are techniques on keeping them a certain height and width, so check it out. I'm going to walk you through it. This is the side of my house. On this side is the entrance, and by the entrance I have most of all of my citrus trees. And the reason why I put them here is because of the scent of the bloom. It smells really good. I don't know what that is. It smells really good, so I wanted the entrance to have that, and it's very fragrant. So anyways, I have 5 trees here. I have a grapefruit, an orange, a tangerine, blood orange, mandarin. Yeah, that's the 5. I was gonna keep going. The grapefruit has been doing really good, but it really wants to produce fruit. The growth isn't as great as, for example, the tangerine, but you know, I'm allowing it to fruit again, and it's got quite a few fruit on it. But you see the stem is just very slim. I still love it, and it's super fragrant. I purchased this fruit tree from Costco. All of the citrus is from Costco. This is the orange. It was struggling a bit, but now I think it's doing okay. It's even has, you know, some fruit here, but it's got some dry stems here. I think I just need to water it more often. We've had a forecast of a lot of rain and we don't receive it, so I don't water, and it's just a back and forth thing. This one's actually doing really good, tangerine, except for it doesn't have much fruit, so I think it's still trying to get a little bit more mature. The blood orange, also the same. It struggled a little bit at the beginning, and it's really small, but as you can see, there's some growth. And this is new. I hadn't noticed this. It was like in a few days it's out, and it's got some oranges in here. I love the foliage here. It's very glossy, very dark in its color. And then we come over here to this tragedy. It's just terrible. I think it has the same problem. It just maybe needs more water. The leaves were a little bit more yellow, and I've been putting some fertilizer here. I have been changing the mulch. You see how this one, I kind of dipped it a little bit to allow some airflow through there. I need to do that here. My dog has just been making a big mess, and he moves that around, so I need to do something about it. My avocado tree, it's actually doing okay. All of this is new foliage, and it's still droopy though. I can't get it to stand up straight. It's got still the support, and there's no new growth, but it looks to be doing all right. I think I'm just gonna have to support it for a lot longer than I expected. Okay, here's another area that I'm really sad about. Embarrassed too. Yeah, it's embarrassing. But they're still alive, and I want to keep them to see how they'll do this summer. I I don't want to take them out, but I also don't like to see all of this area with no trees. Like, it's pretty sad for some reason in this area. It's terrible. I've got 2 mango trees that are struggling. The avocado tree won't stand up straight. And then the mandarin is just dying on me, and it's all in the same area. We'll see. But mango has some new growth, and it's looking okay. It had a lot more growth, but my dog knocked it off and it hasn't regrown. And then just this one, I just noticed we have some new growth here. See, we've got some new growth. So I just really think that they just require a lot more water than I expected. And I really thought that this area had a lot of moisture. So now we're gonna try more water. Okay, this is one of my massive areas. Look at my figs. Okay, for one, they're very big now. They still need supports. They were leaning over, so I had to support both of these, and it looks like the one in the back is going to need some support as well. The one in the back is getting a little bit more shade, but you can see now that it's trying to catch up to the height. So what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to cut some from the bottom. I'm going to prune that, and you see how it's leaning that way, so I need to maybe stand it up a little bit, or I might just let it take its course and see what area it likes. But the figs are crazy. There's a lot of figs in my tiger panache. Yes, tiger panache. There's 4 trees here. 3 of them are figs, and then in the very back, I'll show you, have a pear. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but it's doing a little bit okay. Well, the reason why is because I have 2 pears, and I had to pair them. I had to put them close together. And this is one. And do you see it? I still don't see it. Ooh, there's some bees. Look at that bee. Look at that bee. Or a wasp. Let's move. Okay, here's that pear. And it's doing okay. I mean, it's growing. However, you see that? Maybe you can see if I do this. It is full of aphids. Aphids love my pear trees and a little bit of the apple trees, but mainly pear. Pear. They're stuck on there. I've put neem oil, the spray, and it seems to work for a few days, and then they're back. So my figs are very massive. I have to trim them down, even though there's quite a few fruit in it. But the reason why I need to trim them is because I don't want them to get this massive. Okay, let's go back here. This is my apples. This one is a very new tree this year that I just planted it. The one I had here before was a very old one that I had, and it just didn't do so well. So this is a Fiji apple, and it looks like it likes it here. And then we have 2 others. One is fruiting, and do you see those apples? Oh my God, they bring me so much joy. And there's not that many, but they are like adorable little apples. I can't believe I'm growing apples. Look at them. One small one fell, and my daughter tried it, and it was actually pretty good. This one over here is flowering, so I don't know, maybe it's just a late bloomer. This is an Empire apple. The one over here that's already blooming, this is the Dorset Golden, and this is a Fiji. Let me see, I think we have an apple over here. Yeah, we might get lucky and get some apples there as well. It's a late bloomer. And then quite awkwardly, there's an apple tree here as well. Apples are so good for you, so I got me 4. But because I had the old one there, I decided to keep it and put the other one, so it kind of changed the position of where I wanted everything. I wanted 4 apple trees together, but it didn't work out, and that's fine. I have 3 cherry trees, and they are also getting very massive. So I got 3 of them, and then the 1 apple tree here. And my apple trees are getting this. So I've done some little spraying, and it looks like it's doing better. That one was super little last year, and somehow this year it's just decided to do everything. So don't underestimate the little ones. Here's my other huge set here. These are 4, 4, 4, 4, and then after here they're all singles. And I think they have about 6 feet distance in between. These have 8. This is my plums and apricots, and my apricot tree decided to only keep 1 fruit. I think it's because we really had some bad winds, and well, that's the only one that I've seen, and it blew most of all of the blooms. Look at my earlier video on how this looks bare and how it blooms. The apricot, I love it so much. But it's time to prune both of these. They're doing really good. They're taking over. My fountain's still doing good, and I love it. And then check this out. I had a really hard time with 2 of my peaches nectarines. I didn't think they were gonna make it. If you go back to my other videos, because I've been showing you these trees since last year, since I planted them, I really thought they were not gonna make it. And look how they're doing. This one, this is a Harco nectarine, and it was doing so poorly last year, and somehow it is just doing so good. And then here, I really thought I was gonna pull this one. This is my O. Henry peach, but look, it even has a bloom. So you're not going nowhere, buddy, you're staying with me. I've got this one. My 2 females are in the back. This one has so many peaches. This one had a lot of blooms, but this one is the only one that has fruit, and you can tell, I mean, she's pretty mature, and you can tell from the bottom as well. It's much bigger than all the other ones. So I'm super proud of them. They're doing so good, and they're beautiful. And then over here I have my pomegranates. I have 2. And earlier I did a pruning video, and look at it now. It's heading back in the same direction. It grows pretty fast. And then over here, the entrance to my little secret garden over here, I have a lime and a lemon tree. This is my lemon, which was struggling a little bit this year, but we've got some lemons growing. I think it has about 10 of them, and it's still flowering, so you can see. And it smells so good. Another reason why I have them here, it's an entrance, and they smell so good. But look at them. We've got some lemons, and look at the size of this trunk. I mean, it really likes this pot. And then over here is the lime tree. I meant to take these off. I need to. But this one has the most. It has the most fruit. You see that? It's got some there, some all over here. Got some here. I haven't counted these, but there are quite a few. And look, we've got some new ones. I didn't know it would bud out at different times. And And that's it. I wanted you to see what they look like. It is mid-May. It's already hot. I think it's already in the 90s today. They're growing really fast, so I know by the time we get to the summer, I'm gonna have to do a second pruning there. So watch out for the next video. The next video I'll show how I'm gonna cut them and more on the strategy on how I do it so that they don't take over each other. But you see, oh, it looks so good. If you're looking at the view from here, it's just, I don't know, I love it. So I backed up a little bit because I wanted you to see what I see when I walk out of my garden and into this part. It's just like it's a different area, and it's so full and green. I can't wait till the pear and those apple trees fill up because it's gonna be all green. And then over here, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this area. It's terrible. And then over there you got the other citrus. I added a little bit of hostas and stuff. There's some areas here that get some more shade than others, and it looks like they're doing okay. I'm really glad that you stuck around. If you watched my very first video, I talk about all the varieties, and it's a long video. It was my very first one, so be patient with me. But go through it if you need to. Check out what I have. Everything is from Grow Organic except for the citrus. They're all from Costco. They're really inexpensive. They're like $25 to $30 a tree, and so it's totally worth it. And they require very little maintenance. Very little maintenance. You fertilize it and water it every so often. It's totally worth it. I encourage you to do it. Have some trees, and if you have a little bit of space, even if you have, what, about 12 feet of space, you can put quite a few trees in there. Just like I have. It's high density. Look it up. It's totally worth it. I love it, and it's so rewarding. All right, well, I'll catch you in the next one.